we should see some steps, okay? If you're a steps person, there you go, okay? I have them right there for you. I am going to do these problems with you and show you how they're done, and organically the steps will just happen, okay? So what does step 1 say? Write the equations side by side. So we are going to write the equations right beside each other, and you will see in a little bit why that's an important step. It makes your life a lot easier. Okay, step 2. What's it say? Pick one. Pick an equation that's the simplest. Which one looks the simplest?
3x.
Y equals 3x. Okay, step 3. Solve for one variable. Does that already have a variable solved?
Yeah.
Yes, we solved for y already, okay? Step 4. Substitute what you got for the variable into the other equation. This is why we call this substitution. Okay, here I go. I'm substituting in 3x for what variable over here? Y. Okay, so I'm literally, when I say substitute, I'm literally replacing that y. So I'll keep my x, and then I'll have plus 3x equals negative 32. So what I did is I just replaced y with the 3x, because what's the word that represents, or what's the equal sign? What word goes with the equal sign? Anybody remember? Huh?
Equivalent.
What did you say? Is. Y is 3x. Okay, so anywhere you see y, you can plug in 3x. Yes? Okay. Now, can we simplify this?
Yeah.
Yes. 4x equals negative 32. How do I get x alone? Divide by 4. X equals negative 8. Right, now, when we find a solution, right, if we did Desmos and we found a solution, we would have a coordinate point where they cross, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so we have the x value of that coordinate point, but we also have to find y. Okay, really easy. Once you have one of the variables, you can plug it into the other equation to get the other variable. Okay, so we have that x is negative 8, so we plug in negative 8 here for x. So y equals, is that negative 24?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then when I write my solution, it'll be negative 8 comma negative 24. You tracking with me on that? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, number 2. First step. Yeah. First step. What's our first step? Set them side by side. So go ahead and write both equations side by side. Huh?
Do I need to write it up here still?
You can do it when you come back if you want to. Okay, so we wrote them side by side. What's step 2? Pick one. Which one do you want to pick?
X minus 1.
X minus 1? Do we agree with that? Okay, that's fine. So x minus 1. Okay, is it already solved for one variable? It is not?
Yes, it is.
Yes, and we have y equals, right? Y is all by itself. So that's done. What's next? Substitute, right? So we have x minus 1. What are we plugging it in for?
Y.
Y. So over here where we have y, we're replacing it with x minus 1. Is that okay? We good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we'll have x minus 1 equals 2x plus 7. Is it easy to solve for x? Yeah. Okay, you can solve for x here. I'm going to go ahead and subtract x. Okay, do you agree that x is negative 8? I already filled that for you. Okay, now once we have x equals negative 8, what are we going to do?
Plug it into the other.
Plug that x into the other equation. Okay, you should get y equals negative 9. Now, when we write the solution up here, it's what comma what?
3, negative 8.
Yep, x comma y, negative 8 comma negative 9. Okay, what questions do we have so far? We're good? Have you done substitution before? Have you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like you know.
Yeah. If you did, it's probably 7th grade, is my thought. Huh?
I remember taking it last year a little bit.
Did you do a little bit last year?
I don't know.
Okay, reverse that, side by side. Okay, which equation would you like to choose here? Huh? Left?
Left.
Okay. So the left one we're going to say is a little bit easier. I would say yes, it is a little bit easier. Why is that the easier equation? Why is the one on the left easier?
But it's shorter.
Okay.
The numbers aren't high. You don't have to.
Why don't you have to divide, Max?
Because there's not a 3 in front of the x.
There's nothing in front of x. Okay, this is really easy to solve for a variable. We just subtract 3y, and we're done with that part. Okay, so if you can avoid having to divide out a number, do that. That's very helpful. Okay, so now that I have that rewritten, what am I going to plug my negative 3y plus 1 in for? X, right? Because it's x equals. So I'm going to plug it in right here. Now this is different than the other questions that we've done. Okay? There's a lot more happening here. So I'm going to show you step by step how I would plug this in. We already have a negative 3 on the outside. Okay? So it's negative 3 times x, which is now negative 3y plus 1. Okay, so you're going to eventually have to do distribution there. You tracking?
You're solving for x.
Yeah. It's different because we're used to solving for y, right? We're used to getting y. Yeah. Okay, and then we still have our minus 3y equals negative 15. So what happened here is I just replaced x with negative 3y plus 1. We okay on that? Okay, now we're going to solve for y. Okay, what do I do first here? Yep, distribute that negative 3. Okay, so I would distribute my negative 3, and then what? Combine like terms, maybe? Okay. Give you a minute here. And check yourself when you're done, see if you can get y. If you messed up, see if you can look up here and find your error. Okay, once you get y, what do? Plug it into the other equation. I'm getting x equals 7.
Mm-hmm.
Do you agree? Yes?
Yes.
Did I hear I'm confused?
Yeah, I got 6y equals negative 16. No, negative.
You got 6y equals negative 16.
Where's the negative?
Oh, you didn't distribute
When you-
for
yeah.
it to go 1.
Oh.
You just left it 1.
How did you trace those?
Okay, any other issues? Okay. Number 4. This one looks even uglier. Okay, but there's a way that we can make our lives really easy. Okay, so go ahead and rewrite them. Have you guys picked up why we rewrite?
You can do them. So you remember it? I don't know.
It's really easy to just solve down. Okay, as soon as you look at them like that and you're trying to rewrite stuff, it gets really ugly. Okay, so it's going to help you stay organized to rewrite them. Which one do you want to choose here, friends? The one on the left. Why is the one on the left easier to simplify, James?
They're all divisible by 3.
Okay, there is a number in common here, right? Everything is divisible by 3. If we look over here at the 8x plus 5y equals 12, there is not a number that you can divide all of those by. So that's why writing this one is a lot nicer, because then you won't have fractions to deal with, okay? Or at least ugly fractions to deal with. What do you want to solve for over here? Want to x by itself?
Why?
No,
You
wait,
leave your y
no, do
because
y, because it's like a totally different number. I think.
Do y.
And then it will just
Like,
make
you
those
divide by
both
3.
just 2, and we divide by 3.
Yep. Okay, now if you didn't do that, it would be fine. Okay, if you solved for x, it would be okay, you would just be dealing with 1/2. That's not that bad of a fraction. Okay?
So annoying.
But if you can avoid it, absolutely. Yeah, I would avoid it as well. Because that, and not because you can't work with fractions, you're just more likely to make a mistake. Quite honestly. That's just what I see most often, is when we work with fractions, we usually end up making mistakes. Now, when you divide everything by 3, make sure you divide every single part, every single term by 3. Okay, what am I going to do with my negative 2x plus 2? Substitute it in for y right here. Okay, I'm going to take a couple minutes and let you solve the rest of that. I want you to get x by itself. I'm getting negative 1.
Yeah. Same.
Okay. What do we do from there? Plug it in over here. 4 for y?
Yeah.
Okay, questions, issues? We have 2 more together. That's it. 2 more together, and then it's practice to you, and then you get through. Okay, we're going to look at some special cases. Okay, we have some special cases. It'll happen at the end, so we're just going to solve like normal. Okay? So we have x equals negative 2y plus 4. And then 3.5x plus 7y. Okay, which one is less complicated? Yes, definitely the one on the left. Is it already solved? Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Now, what are we going to do once we have that solved? Substitute it in for x. Okay, so where you have that x on the other, you're going to substitute it in. This is Mrs. Cressa.
What's 3.5?
Yes. Absolutely. Bye. Hey, Quinn, I think they're signing out, bud. Okay, so pack up your stuff and head to the, where the front attendance office is at.
Wait, there's a problem. I have a problem.
What is your problem?
The 7s cancel out.
Yes. Okay, so you have a negative 7y and a positive 7y. Those cancel. Okay, so we have 14 equals 14. Sometimes this is going to happen. This is a special case. Okay, so I want to look at Desmos. I already have it pulled up for us. Okay, so take a look at this. What do you notice about my lines? Are they both showing? No. If I turn this on, watch what happens.
There you go.
What happens?
Oh. The same.
Never mind. There you go.
Same thing.
Look at that. Same line. Okay, so we call that infinite solutions, right? Because they're constantly hitting solutions because they're crossing all the time. So this we would say infinite. Okay, and right there you can put same line. Okay, same line. Now before we answer the questions in the box there, we're going to do number 6. Is it number 6? Yeah. We're going to do number 6, and we're going to look at the difference. Okay. Okay, which one's easier to work with? Yep, left. Okay, y equals 3x minus 11. What are we going to do with the 3x minus 11? Huh? We're going to plug it in for y. You shouldn't need to distribute anything. You really don't need parentheses here, just because there's no number to multiply it by. Okay, so yeah, we'll have 3x minus 3x. Those cancel. So we have negative 11 equals negative 13. Now,
The negative 11 doesn't equal negative 13.
right, will that ever be true? No. Okay, this is a cancel. Oh my gosh. This is a situation where we say no solution. Okay, before I show you the picture of this graph, why do you think that there's no solution? Why do you think these lines never intersect? They're parallel. Okay, so let me show you that one. Right here. Okay, parallel line. So let's fill in those boxes. Okay, when you have the same value, hence number 5, what was it, 14 equals 14?
Yeah.
Okay, whenever they're the same, that's infinitely many solutions are all real numbers, which is this symbol here. Okay, if they're different values, like number 6, okay, where, like 2 will never equal negative 3 or whatever it may be, that's going to be no solution. Okay, and you can put their parallel lines. Okay, there are 4 practice problems at the bottom of that page. Once you get done with those 4 at the bottom, stop. Okay, because the next page is practice for tomorrow. Okay, so we're going to practice this more tomorrow. So I only want you to do the 4 at the very bottom of that page where it says day 1 substitution practice. The solutions are down there at the very bottom. Okay, so only those 4 problems. Don't move on to the next page because we'll do that tomorrow.